News, 11 games, $5 million. And you and maybe the world spent the day trying to figure out if that's right. 11 games, $5 million for Deshaun Watson. And then Watson came out and basically said, wasn't me. I'll explain my story one day. I don't know, maybe I'm 30 for 30 and 10 years from now. And Amory will be on ESPN by then telling the story, and we'll figure that out. How do you feel? Where are you with it? I know you talked about it a lot yesterday, but I'm certain we all have our thoughts about it. It's the opening drive. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, Amory, and Adrian. How you living?
What it do?
Do a lot. It do a lot. It's an interesting morning. As we go into another preseason football week, the final week without college football. And we had high school football last night. I went out to a game. We had an unbelievable, and I'm not going hyperbolic on that, performance by Malachi Times, the young man that you brought up the other day from Sandia. Opening day, Sandia beats Trisco Heritage 59-37, and it just a bonkers ball game out at Community Stadium. Malachi Times went for 269 yards and 7 touchdowns. I told you one of the best performances I've ever seen in high school football was the day that Ronnie Daniels went for 7 touchdowns and they lost. I didn't see this one in person. I was at a different game last night, but damn, I wish I would have.
Yeah, it was not a joke when Sebastian Noel, Toby Networks, said they could hand that ball to him 50, 60 times a game and see if that kid can handle it.
Yeah, and that's basically what they said after the game. Look, we're going to be as good as he is, and we're going to ride him, and everything's going to rely on him. I mean, that was what Chad Adcock said to James Yotis after the game. We're probably going to live and die with him. But 269 yards and 7 touchdowns for that young man. I mean, figure it out. It was good. So we had good high school football last night. We're going to get there. Louisville women's soccer opened the season 1-0. Rutgers beats them out at UNM soccer facility last night, the 6th-ranked team in the country. Rutgers came in. That was a club who lost 1-0 in the national semifinal to Florida State, the eventual national champion. And you were there. You were on a call last night. Nice job with you and Tyler Ortega. I'll yield to you because this is your beat, and you were on it, and you saw the whole thing from the bird's eye view.
Well, it definitely wasn't the prettiest of games. It was very similar to 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It was a grind. It was really physical. The goal came after, so the Lobos defended a corner. It looked like they were set to counter. Long ball to Zaria Katasigwa, midfield. Heavy touch gets away from her. Rutgers bounces on it. Pass right down the middle, so the Lobos are running the other way, countering. Rutgers has all their players forward. They hit their forward, counterattack, one-on-one with the goalie, they score. And then so it's a moment
early?
About 23 minutes left in the first half.
Okay.
And then so it was a moment like, oh, here we go, counterattack opportunity coming from the Lobos. Instantly the other way, Rutgers scores. But they settled in. I would say there was maybe 4 to 5 dangerous chances from Rutgers. The Lobos really only had 2, and that's how good Rutgers was defensively. But after the game, both coaches said it was a tournament-like game where it was just a grind, a slugfest, and the Lobos, while not happy, they were very pleased with the way that
pleased, not happy.
Yeah. Like they lost the game.
They're like, all right, we played well
if
against
that's
a good team.
the 6th-ranked team in the country,
yeah,
they were not overwhelmed. They did not look like they did against a BYU or even that TCU game last spring. Like, this team was composed. They were good defensively, and they made Rutgers work for everything.
I caught the last 12, 15 minutes, and I watched what you guys were doing. And it never once felt like they threatened. Now, that was the back end of the game, so I don't know if that was indicative. Did Rutgers toy with them?
No.
Okay.
The last, there's the 10 to 15-minute stretch there at the end where Rutgers kind of leaned on them, held possession.
Okay, because what I was watching, I never felt like they were threatening. I never felt like
the
they
Lobos
could.
got stuck back in.
Yeah.
But they were not toyed with the whole game.
Okay.
It was Rutgers was frustrated. I don't think Rutgers was ready for the Lobos defensively to press them like they did in the first half. And it was not a game where there were a lot of chances. It wasn't one where if you're watching it and you're not like used to soccer, you'd probably be like, this is a terrible game. Like, this is ugly. It was 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But for the Lobos, a Rutgers team that was outscoring everyone by 2-3 goals a game, they only allowed 5 shots on goal. They were composed. They did not crack like they did last year against the top teams in the country when they put 5-6 goals on them in those games. And I think you saw the confidence. And after that game, New Mexico looking around going, they couldn't find the moment. That was the difference. Like in the final third, Rutgers just closed everything down. There were 2 good chances from New Mexico. Edwards had a shot on goal that was saved and then just missed an opportunity on a set piece.
So
there's a lot of confidence from the Lobos after that game.
Can I go with encouraged as opposed to satisfied? Is
Yes.
that a better word?
Yes.
It's not satisfied. They got beat 1-0, but encouraged because they realize they can play with one of the best teams in the country in the opener. Okay, I'll go with that.
And for them,
how was the crowd?
It was solid.
Yeah.
We appreciate.
It rained
Heather
early.
again said, really appreciates the football team coming out. And that added, they hang out behind the goal.
Yeah.
It's solid attendance. I think for them, it was kind of a YOLO game.
Yeah.
Like the Lobos, if they get it, oh my gosh. If not, we'll see if they learn anything from those games against TCU, BYU, in the NCAA tournament, which they obviously did. And they're really focused on a game that they can get now in the non-conference a few weeks from now at Texas Tech.
Yeah, next up, Cal State Bakersfield on Sunday to finish off the Lobo Invitational. Then they go to Texas Tech, and then where they get UC, I think UC San Diego and UC Riverside, correct? On the schedule?
They'll get 2 games at home, Portland State and blanking, and then
Grand
go
Canyon.
to UC.
Grand
yeah.
Canyon. Yeah. All right.
For non-conference.
So if you're out there, I'd love to hear from you, but they lose 1-0. Lobo football is out there. I was at Lobo football practice yesterday. Kind of give you my thoughts a little bit later on what I saw out there. I actually was encouraged. I liked what I saw from the quarterbacks, both of them. And I say both. I think it's pretty much down to I think it's down to Miles Kendrick and C.J. Montes in no particular order. I was in alphabetical order. I mean,
that's a change.
Which is kind of what I saw, right?
Because it has been CJ and Justin Holiday.
Yeah, I think kind of what I saw. I think and Holiday looked good too. But I think that's where it is. Not that I've got there's a scrimmage tomorrow, Saturday already.
Yes.
Amory show's actually on tomorrow. All right, so we'll do this tomorrow. She heard her name. The bat signal went out. She's putting her headphones on. You got a show tomorrow?
Stay tuned. Let's hope.
You don't want to promote it like we did last week?
I'm not going to promote it till it's running consistently.
All right, there might be a show on tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like when the dude is on the floor playing basketball, you get hyped.
It's Lobo basketball. So that's
Yeah.
what it is. All right.
Till I'm winning.
Yeah, right. If you were out there yesterday, I'd love to hear from you on Lobo Soccer. 1-0. You went to any of the high school games last night? Sandia 59 over Atrisco Heritage 59-37. Valley wins at Bernalillo 36-0. West Mesa, Landrick's team, looked nice 56-12 over Santa Fe. And Albuquerque Academy beat Rio Grande out at Wilson Stadium 37-0. Went out to that. It was just good to be at high school football. You guys said
Felt
yesterday.
like a fall day.
So it was cool. We got that rain in the late afternoon. By the time kickoff came at 7, I was a little worried out at Milne because only one bank of lights were on.
Uh-oh.
And only the bank of lights on the visitor side. And you start out with a cloud cover, and then all of a sudden they got the second lights on. Oh yay! And then mid-second quarter, pop, and they both went out. And you realize, the lights were taking effect. Looks a little darker. And they got them both back up. So kudos to the APS maintenance staff and the group out at Milne because I didn't know what they were going to do. Do you suspend the game? Do you call it? Is it a non-contest? I think at the time it was 14 or 21-0. It was 21-0 at halftime. Boy, I felt bad. Rio Grande looked horrible in the first couple series. They had a punt that went nowhere. Young man was punting out of his end zone, JJ, on the first possession of the season after getting sacked a couple times. And he dropped the snap and took off and So Academy had like a 6-yard drive to score their first touchdown, and then the next possession, Rio Grande fumbles, and Academy puts it in. It's 14-0, about 5 minutes into the season, and you're like, oh, this could get ugly. But Rio Grande settled down. They didn't offensively. They couldn't do anything. Academy dominated them on the line of scrimmage in 37-0. But just fun to be out there and seeing some high school football again.
Definitely your classic Week 1 games.
Yeah,
Looking at the scoreboard.
Tell you what, though, I mean, Sandia and Atrisco Heritage looked like that was the game to be at, 59-37. And watching Malachi Times go for 269 yards and 7 touchdowns, I don't know that we're going to have a better performance all year. I mean, if we do, I want to see it. Honestly, 269 and 7? If I told you right now that's the best individual numbers we're going to see in a game by a young man.
Someone will have more yards, but will they eclipse
7 touchdowns?
7 touchdowns? That's the number.
I'm going to tell you that may be the best individual number performance we can see all year. And it was in the very first game of the year. All right, 505-246-0610. When we return, our guest list today, David Matlin. Who's David Matlin? That's what JJ asked. Who the hell is that guy? David Matlin is the athletic director at the University of Hawaii. And we talked to him about the state of college athletics. What are they doing? I mean, that's a place. Hell, you want a tough job? That one's a tough job. How tough can it be, Jeff? You're living on the islands. First of all, they blew up their stadium. Like, no, I mean, literally raised the stadium because they condemned it and they didn't have a place to play. So they're playing in an on-campus facility, basically, that they just got money that they're going to rebuild that stadium. Then they had the issue with his coach and his players quitting on the coaches, and then his job was in jeopardy. And June Jones wanted the job back, the former coach, and then ends up hiring one of June Jones's court. Like, that job's not easy. And the budgets and everything else. David's got a tough job, but he's also got a good perspective on where college athletics is and where it's going. So we're going to hear from David Matlin coming up at 8:30 this morning. We'll have a conversation as we continue our preview of Mountain West Conference football. When we return, what do you think of Deshaun? What do you think of his apology? What do you think of the resolution in the punishment for Deshaun? We'll get into that on the opening drive on 95.9 FM. And AM 610, the sports animal.
Mix a little.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
We smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
All right, so how do you feel about it? Not that you have a say in it, but how do you feel about it? You have a say about it, you don't have a say in it. Does that make sense? Everybody's got a say about it. Deshaun Watson and the NFL Players Association and the National Football League, as we were going off the air yesterday, it was announced that they had settled on a 11-game suspension for Deshaun Watson for his violation of the personal conduct code of the National Football League for these alleged incidents with these 20-something women massage therapists, and a $5 million fine. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A. Marie, Adrian. So let's go. It's Friday. If you haven't used it, use it today. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. I'll tell you my thoughts. I don't know where you are. I think it's light. Okay. Now, if you were going to go to 11 games, I think the fine should have been $29,764,705. I took $230 million, guaranteed, divided it by 5, right? So $230 million divided by 5. That's a 5-year deal, right? Came out to $46 million a year. I divided that by, how did I get there? Oh, I divided that by 17 because there's 17 game checks. That came out to $2,705,882. I took a game check times 11, and I got to $29,764,000. And since they played games with a salary, and I think that would have been telling the Cleveland Browns F you, and I think that's, that's what your average salary, that's what you're missing. I'm not playing games with you. It's 11 games, and it's $29,764,705. I think he got now. I think the fine. I think the suspension's light. By the way, I think the year was right. I think and I'm listening.
So here's
Yeah.
something I want to throw out there because
Yeah.
there's multiple things you have to hit with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
First off, stop looking back. The whole point of what the NFL is trying to do is get away from what they deemed light suspensions. And I know they had a third party come in, but I think the whole point of that was not to go, oh, we're going to do the 6 games that we did for this all the time.
Yep.
Like, stop telling me about Ben Roethlisberger. Stop telling me about these
gonna
other
hear that a
things. They want harsher penalties on domestic violence, on sexual assault,
Yep.
and they're trying to get there. So that's first. Like, stop telling me
That was 2010.
about what happened in the past. They're trying to be harsher in these situations and not do the same old thing over and over. So stop playing that card.
Well, there's more to that, but go ahead.
And cause
Yeah.
I know where a lot of people are going with that one.
No, I know.
Look at
There's
the quarterbacks.
More, there's more to it.
And then also I don't understand the legal side of this at all. I don't. But
In regards to,
in regards to, you have everyone looking at Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry, I was reading the Lamar Jackson quote on television. My apologies. Deshaun Watson. And they're like, dude, you sexually assaulted some women. You put them in situations you didn't want to be. Yet the criminal courts are like, no, there's nothing here.
Right.
So that confuses the heck out of me.
everybody. Yep.
And to me, that is a big problem.
It is.
Where Deshaun Watson, the Cleveland Browns, everyone's like, yeah, this dude has some issues. We're going to get it figured out. But when they try to actually do something to him where it could hurt him in a criminal court, there's nothing there. So that blows my
It's
mind.
confusing.
Where 90% of people are like, yeah, you did something, man. We believe that you sexually assaulted at least 4 of these therapists. You have a problem. You need to get help. And yet over here, they're like, nah,
All right.
nothing there.
So where we landed, are you okay with it? You're struggling, aren't you?
Yeah. Because it's one, and this goes back to Dean Haslam, or Jimmy Haslam, excuse me, the owner of the Cleveland Browns. And what he said, quote, is he never supposed to play again? Is he never supposed to be part of society? Does he get no chance to rehabilitate himself? That's what we're going to do. And you're like, well, if the
But he
dude's
doesn't
not-
even think he has a problem.
Yeah.
Well, 11 games or a year, he still gets a chance to play again and rehabilitate himself.
And so
It starts with admitting you have a problem.
That's how you solve it. Yeah. But he doesn't have
Or
one.
you start.
And neither Deshaun
And he-
nor
and
the
he-
owners are admitting that there's anything wrong here.
And so that's just what's kind of blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Is I get when you get into civil lawsuits and you have money, you can settle everything, and then you have a certain level of talent and money, you can do whatever the heck you want. But I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around how everyone is saying, yeah, look, he did something wrong, he's got some issues,
But legally, they don't
but
charge.
legally there's like, well, there's nothing there.
Well, I think there is a difference. And there was enough evidence here that they were convinced that he did something wrong, but not to charge him. Where are you on this? As far as Amory, 11 games, $5 million.
I'm fine with. I didn't mind that. I minded after I heard his press conference.
Where he said he didn't do anything wrong.
He didn't do anything wrong, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And
Well, what you
he
want
was
to-
using-
ever
he was
say
using
that in public,
manipulative
right?
language,
What did you expect him to say at that point?
but none of it made sense.
When it was finally over, did you expect him to come out and say, "Yeah, I did it"?
no.
Well, so
I'm gonna work on myself. I'm gonna get help. I'm gonna figure this out.
I'm sorry
I'm
for
grateful.
putting these women in this position or whatever he
Right.
said, but not for
These
doing
poor
anything
victims.
wrong.
Yes.
and we're supposed to just sit there.
But okay, so usually I can sit here and craft you something better to say, but I can't. I don't know what you want him to say if he's going to sit there and contend his innocence. I do want to. So you touched on something, and this is going to be a really big point of conversation because it already is. Ben Roethlisberger back in 2010 is kind of the only relatively close case. Ben Roethlisberger was suspended for 6 games. He violated the NFL's personal conduct policy back then. He was accused of by a 20-year-old college student back then, of sexually assaulting her in a Georgia nightclub. And the race card is being used quite a bit, certainly on social media. And the white quarterback gets 6 games, and the black quarterback gets 11 games. And JJ, you hit on one of the pieces here. This is 12 years later, and they're really trying to make just a bigger statement's not even the right word. Just be stronger and more responsive, if that's the right word, to sexual assaults.
I would, if this happened to Ben Roethlisberger today,
yeah,
and we had reports, and there were people saying, yeah, predatory behavior, this dude did it, be screaming for more than 6 games.
All right, can I ask you a question? And I'm not looking to rate offenses here. There was one woman who accused him of sexually assaulting her in a Georgia nightclub. There were 20-something women with Deshaun. Does that make a difference? One accusation as opposed to 20-something? Would that stiffen or soften a penalty? Because it feels to me like it would.
Yes, when you have in the investigation, when they're like, yeah, we believe that there was 4 instances where something bad happened.
All right,
Like,
so with Deshaun, it's a pattern. With Ben, it feels like, if I'm reading this and remembering it correctly, and it was 12 years ago, and I'm pulling up some old stories, that there was one woman, and I'm not telling you it's okay what he is accused to have done. Please don't say that. But is there a difference in penalty if there's one accusation and there's 25 accusations? And you find the one accusation to be credible, you find, I don't know, 4 of the 25 to be credible. Joseph, stay there. I got to take this break, and I want to hear what you all have to say. Now we got 2 lines going. All right, 2 lines open at 505-246-0610. I want to hear your thoughts, but I know the race card's coming out, and 12 years ago, the white quarterback got this. Be careful on that one, please, because while there might be some similarities, I don't think they're straight up analogous. If they are, I'm listening to you. But JJ's point on the time and the initiatives, where the league is going and what priorities are and the times, and I mean the amount of accusations that we're dealing with, does that play into this? I think both of them do and did when we're having this conversation. I've been having conversations with men for quite some time about NuMale, how thousands of men have been benefiting from NuMale's industry-leading testosterone replacement conversation. How these men have felt better, stronger, taking care of things like fatigue and depression, even erectile dysfunction. Now I'm talking to men and women, because hair restoration is something that NuMale also specializes in, and it's without side effects. The number is 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or NuMale, NUMALE.com. Options now. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy. It uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle to stop hair loss and regrow hair. FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser, proven to regrow hair. NeoGraft hair transplants, producing natural-looking results in less than a week, and there's no linear scarring. They work for men and women who want a thicker head of hair with no side effects. The number is 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or NuMale.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated, with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
We smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com.
All right, so we're going through the Deshaun Watson suspension story. I think it's a little light. JJ, you just told me something that I didn't know. The 11-game number, it wasn't so he can come back and play against Houston in year one. Now he's running from Tom Brady, but I didn't know this stipulation.
I'm trying to find the story again, but people are commenting on his contract.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, to verify it, but I believe it had something to do with if he didn't play at least 6 games.
Yep.
His salary next year reverts to this year's salary, so he's getting a huge favor handed to him by being eligible to play the final 6 games and getting, the giant $40+ million guaranteed salary on the rest of his deal.
And that's why I think if you're going 11 games, the fine should be $29,764,705. Why, Jeff? $230 million guaranteed divided by 5 years. So you get to a number. You take that down. What's it per game? It's 2 point whatever times 17, and that's what I came out to. Because obviously they tried to skirt the whole thing by giving him $1 million a year. So that would be what the fine would be. Jess, good morning to you. What's happening?
JJ Buckets, Anne Marie's. Well, the thing with the Ben Roethlisberger, if we remember that story, I'm not trying to directly compare them, Jeff, but wasn't the deal that it was in a bathroom and he basically had an offensive lineman blocking the door?
Something like that. Yeah, I've been reading some stories. I don't see that, but yeah, that kind of jogs my memory. Yeah. Look, it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Yeah, it was not good. It did not look good, didn't come off good, any of that. And then we go to Mr. Robert Kraft, right? If you remember, wasn't he criminally charged? But, he got a slap on the wrist, but it was actual charges, right?
I think initially was charged, but I think the charges were dropped with Kraft. right?
Right.
Initially charged, caught in some sting at a rub and tug in Florida that he stopped at on his way to Kansas City because, I don't know, maybe that's the best one in America. Lord knows. And they were doing a sting there. But but he got, God, I'll look up his fine too.
His was more about money. He got a bigger fine, but he didn't miss like games. I know owners are not playing, but they still can be suspended from the facility and from games. And I don't think he got anything.
Yeah, I think that might be right. Now, what he was charged, but he wasn't charged with assault. I'm going to play semantics with you. He was charged, was it solicitation? And that was a human trafficking sting. Now, he was never thought to be involved with the human trafficking. I think that's kind of what they were looking at. He was never charged with assault. I think he was charged with solicitation. You decide the severity. I'm not going to sit here and judge the severity of the offenses, but I think they were a little bit different.
Sure, he knew what was going on and paid the money.
Yes.
Everybody
knew. Everybody was consenting. Here's the money for the service.
Right. So then we go to the Deshaun Watson thing, and I bring this up because I think it's a big part of it, and I think that, for instance, JJ and I might have a different perspective, and I think, unfortunately, because we don't have a daughter. I think if you have a daughter or you're a mom or you're a female, I think you look at this case completely different when you look at 24 women. And I've been thinking about how my perspective probably would be different if I was a father of a daughter, and how your perspective of how women are treated and sometimes in the past were not believed at all. And now we've kind of flipped where, we're listening now as a society and the legal system. And then you look at 24 or whatever the number is, that's a lot of smoke for there to be no fire. But then you get into the legal aspect, right? Maybe there was one or two, but this lawyer said, if anybody has ever given Deshaun Watson a massage, ever, I need you to contact me, and you're going to be on this class action lawsuit. And now that number starts jumping to 24 because you're going to get paid now. So you got to start thinking about that. So the NFL's now trying to save face with their female fans. You don't want to piss them off. They buy jerseys, too. They go to the games. They buy tickets. They pay for beer. I see them fighting in the stands just like the dudes do. So you're trying to save face there. But then you have the judging, right, that came out 6 games. Well, you picked the judge. You chose that. So this whole thing is very weird.
Everything about
it. The whole thing is funky. Everything. Is it right? Probably. I don't feel sorry for this guy. He's still going to have a lot of money when everything's all said and done. And is it the right thing? Jeff, I don't know the answer to that question. I thought 6 was good enough. But maybe if I had the perspective, like I said, if somebody else had a daughter that goes, no, man, this guy's a bad dude. And what if it was your daughter that was one of those 24, 25 women? Maybe you would think 11's not even close to enough. He should get a year. So, I think that's the big part of it, Jeff. Good conversation. You guys have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks. I appreciate that. And it's another way to look at it. But there's no clean way on this. There's no clean way. Bottom line is, Deshaun Watson is a grown-ass man who put himself in this situation, correct? I mean, is anybody arguing that, even Deshaun?
Nope.
And look, if you're going to 11 and you want to do him a solid so he can play 6 games so he doesn't have to only make $1 million next year, all right, that seems like the NFLPA's big point was 11 games. That was their we'll take 11. All right. But $5 million fine seems light. Then I would have find that's what I'd have pushed for if I was the NFL. But here's the fine: it's close to $30 million because that's one game check, or I'm sorry, so that's 17 games. What's the number? 11 game checks. That's 11 game checks if you even out his salary. I don't know. I mean, $5 million is a lot of money to you and me, and I'm sure it's a lot of money to someone making $230 million. And he's got to pay off all these settlements and everything else. Bottom line is, I think after today, when we hit next Monday, I think we're done talking about this for the next 13 weeks until he comes back. I think. We can talk about, is Jacoby Brissett the guy? Are they going to get Jim Garoppolo? How did Jacoby Brissett look? Who's the backup to Jacoby Brissett? I think that's where we end up then. But I'm just going to tell you the majority of the people that I've been listening to are not happy, and for whatever reason. They're not happy because it's not enough, or they're happy because it's too much because Ben Roethlisberger, and this is a lot of social media stuff, 12 years ago only got 6 games. And the white quarterback got 6, and the black quarterback got 11, and this is what it is. I'm just telling you, I don't think it's the same thing. I think there's plenty of times where the race card is valid. This one, to me, 12 years later, when it has been a much bigger priority for the National Football League to make a statement to come down on these type of situations, I think Ben Roethlisberger would have gotten a lot more now. And the other piece is, I'm asking you, one allegation against 25. Is that different? Does that make a punishment? Should it make a punishment more severe?
And when there's that third-party investigation going over all the stuff, and they're like, yeah, at least 4 of these are credible,
Yeah.
and we believe he did something wrong.
And the other, the only reason there was 4
saying
changes
there's-
is the other ones were settled.
Yeah, and you're saying, well, there's predatory behavior there. Like this, at this point, Deshaun Watson's going to make a lot of money, and even finding him $29 million, to me, I'd take away a whole nother year from him where he's not at a practice facility. Yeah. That's how you hurt Deshaun Watson, because the dude's going to get money. The Browns are still going to be there for Deshaun Watson because they want a franchise quarterback. They bent over backwards for this dude, but you want to really throw a wrench in Deshaun Watson's plans, you keep him away from a football facility for an entire season.
That's right.
And to have fun with that, 2 years away from the game, this is what you get.
And I think that's where a lot of people are. All right, if you want in on that, go 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com, and we're taking your texts on the text line at 505-246-0610. When we come back, there was football last night. We can get into that a little bit. And where's Tommy? And all of a sudden, that's becoming a little issue. Why is and maybe it's because Antonio Brown made it an issue. Where's Tommy? How long? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
We smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated, with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. Clark's
9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, where's Tommy? Tommy's wherever Tommy wants to be. How about that? You know why? Because he's Tom freaking Brady. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, Adrian. Glad you're with us. Number to get in is 505-246-0610. Use it today. So, Antonio Brown, who last I checked is not in the National Football League, correct?
That is correct.
But he still is on the tweeter?
Of course.
And is still maybe the most bitter man in America?
Yes.
Is there a more bitter man in America than Antonio Brown? Everybody's done Antonio Brown wrong, correct?
That is correct.
He did nothing to himself. He's
Nope.
and JJ, tell me his biggest regret again. It's not throwing a rock at the UPS guy, right?
No.
It's not quitting on the field in Tampa Bay and taking off his gear and running off shirtless, right?
Not at all.
It's not. What's his biggest regret again?
That he doesn't get to watch himself play the game of football. Like have an out-of-body experience
so
to watch
good.
Antonio Brown play wide receiver.
Hey, Marie, did you hear what his biggest regret is?
Yes.
What is it?
I've been following it. To watch that he can't watch himself.
That he can't watch himself play.
Oh, I keep track of AB.
AB on the Twitter, and it's hard to keep track sometimes of what he's saying. Tom Brady manipulate the game. Gets 14 days, go home, get his mind right. LOL. Now you see the difference. Put that bleep on. Okay. His Twitter's not safe for children, by the way. My biggest regret in my career doesn't involve calling my GM a cracker or showing up to a Raiders game or camp late in a hot air balloon with frozen feet. Or throwing rocks at the UPS driver. And it definitely doesn't involve taking my shirt off and doing a victory lap around Jet Stadium mid-game while throwing up deuces. My biggest regret is that I'll never get to see me, Antonio Brown, play a game live. Sure, I can watch the game afterwards, but I can't imagine what that was like for you all to see something like that. Like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform at Red Rocks. It's so good. All right, so he brought this up this week, and JJ, so now it's kind of got people going, and Rome was all over it yesterday. Where is Tommy? Why does Tom Brady, what's going on? He was talking, he retired. Then he was talking to another team. Then he got the coach fired, and now he's back, but he's not going through training camp. Where is Tom Brady? When's he coming back? What's going on? Why is he getting preferential treatment?
Here's the one thing that I do agree with Antonio Brown. Tom Brady's not as squeaky clean as he comes across.
100%.
But Tom Brady also has a lot less crazy, a lot more reliability, a lot more cachet. That if you're like, I got to go away for 2 weeks, you're like, all righty, Tom, because we know you're going to show up, you're going to perform, and you're going to win.
You know what?
You have no idea what Antonio Brown was going to do.
You know what the receipts are on that? How many Super Bowls he's been to? 10? How many has he won? 7? Does he show up and play every week? Does he win? Those are your receipts.
And Antonio, he got you one, bro. He vouched for you twice.
Yeah, that's the bonkers part here. All right, so he's been away it's been a week. And nobody's saying when he's going to return. He's been excused from practice for personal reasons. Evidently this was a planned extended absence. Look, I don't know what's going on and what's going to be acceptable to you. If he comes back and says my wife had emergency surgery or my kids were, is there anything that's going to be okay?
Football is football. You need to be in training camp.
If there's anybody who probably can miss 2 weeks of training camp, I'm a guess it's Tom Brady. Todd Bowles is the coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was pressed on this now. All of a sudden, everybody's, well, yeah, you know what? Where is Tom? Why the hell does he get this? When's he coming back? Quote, we'll see. We'll talk about it next week. I'm not concerned about it right now. We're trying to practice against Tennessee and play a game. I said sometime after Tennessee. There's no definitive date for me, but we'll check on it. We'll keep in touch. We'll find out, end quote. Oh, that's good. Let me get back to you on that. Hey, when's your starting quarterback? When's the guy who's won 7 Super Bowls? When's he going to be? Where the hell is he? You know what? I'll check on that. I don't know. I'll get back to you. Like, to me, such a good answer by Todd Bowles, first of all. Yeah, I don't know. I'll check on that. I'll get back to you. Bowles says that he has stayed in contact with Tom Brady. What's today? The 18th, so it's been a week and a day. He's sure that Tommy's going to be under center when they start the season against the Cowboys, and everything's going to be fine. Excuse days off. I know everybody needs a reason, and I've heard the race card played on this one too, and that's where AB's going with it, right? And he gets to do this and nobody else.
By the way, Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
That league gave you a ton of chances.
How many? You know why? Because he was good.
So don't give me this woe is me. I need some cheese with my wine stuff.
Seriously.
No.
Do you have a problem with this? I'm not sure.
I don't, just because the uncertainty. Like, it could be something terrible, and you're like, I'm sorry. But you just don't know. And you can speculate all you want. Tampa Bay's fine with it. His teammates aren't worried.
Yeah.
Like, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, they aren't practicing right now.
I'm going to tell you this.
Like, they were focusing on figuring out who's going to block for Tom Brady.
And they need to. I don't know what he's doing. I'm not certain I even care. If I'm a Buck fan and he's under center when they open up against the Cowboys in 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever the hell it is, do I care that he played against Tennessee in a practice on a Friday in August? Well, Jeff, everybody else is, and you're part of a team, and this whole everybody gets treated equal thing, you guys, with all due respect, that doesn't exist in football, and it never has. And I'm not certain it should. Well, Tom Brady should be treated just like the undrafted free agent. No, he shouldn't. With all due respect, no, he shouldn't. Nor should Aaron Donald, nor should Devontae Adams, nor should Aaron Rodgers, nor should Tyreek Hill, for that matter. The stars are treated differently. I don't know. How's the best performer at your office treated as opposed to the new guy? National Football League, you don't coach everybody the same way. As much as they love to say, well, I treat everybody the same way. No, you don't. If this is part of his deal, and I know we all want to know what it is, and I hope it's nothing serious, and it's going to be interesting if you find out, no, he was in Barbados for 2 weeks. All right. Well, hope he feels good.
Tony Romo 2.0.
What's going to be an acceptable answer for you? Because you know Tommy, guys, I was just, I had some stuff to take care of, and I had to take care of it, and I talked, and we're ready to play. We're up against the Cowboys. What's going to be acceptable? I'm not done with this. I want to know where you are. What if Kirky wanted to go away for 2 weeks, and it wasn't for COVID? It's the opening drive. David Matlin's Hawaii's athletic director. We'll hear from him at 8:30. Glad you're with us on a Friday. I think we're going to hoe today, too. On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses.
This is the opening drive with three-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and J.J. Buck.
All right, so Watson, we know, comes back against the Texans. Tommy, well, when? It's up to you. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. We'll get into Lobo football today. Lobo women's soccer gets beat 1-0 last night at home against Rutgers. United back at it tomorrow on the ball pitch. Monterey Bay will be in town. Keegan Bradley's leading the BMW. It's the FedEx Cup playoffs. Fernando Tatis spoke to his team, and we had high school football last night. Good morning to you. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. A-Marie produces on the radio side tomorrow. She takes over the airways, her own show. Hopefully. And Adrian's producing on ProView Networks. Good to see Adrian yesterday, by the way. Was over at ProView. Got to see him. Said, what's up? He's wearing his Dodger hat. Life was good.
Like usual?
Oh, I mean, God bless him. It's a good thing. Hey, did you see? I know you called the Lobo soccer game last night. They lose 1-0 to Rutgers. Did you see the team pick second in the Mountain West Conference with a big win to open their season over a Big Ten team? Did you see that? San Diego State beat Nebraska.
Aztecs taking out Nebraska. Huge. Much needed for the Mountain West Conference. The same things you say about football can translate to all the other sports. Because it's been a conference where you get into conference play and you can go out there and beat a team 4-0 and your RPI falls like a rock.
But when you beat a Big Ten team to open up the season, like San Diego State did over Nebraska, it's a big deal. Big performance last night in high school football around here. 5'8", 180-pound running back from Sandia, Malachi Times. I don't know if this is right. Might have ever been, this was just sent to me, maybe the greatest game ever by a running back in the 64-year, of Sandia. Of Sandia, okay. 28 carries, 269 yards, and 7 touchdowns for Malachi Times last night in their opener. Let me say that again. 28 carries, 269 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
I want them in fantasy.
Sandia, everybody does. Sandia beat Trisco Heritage 59-37. Don't we all?
High school fantasy league. Let's go.
Don't think I haven't thought about that, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Spend all your fab budget on the waiver wire, Malachi Times.
100%. 4 games last night in the metro area. Rio Grande and Albuquerque Academy got together at Milne. Academy won 37-0. Sandia beat Atrisco Heritage out at Community. No, that was at Wilson Stadium. 59-37. Out at Community Stadium, West Mesa 56-12 over Santa Fe. And up in Bernalillo, Valley beat Bernalillo 36-0 last night to get high school football started. It was kind of a wonderful, cool evening. If you like fall and fall is in the air, it felt football-ish. I was out at Lobo football practice yesterday. There was some rain falling. Actually opened the umbrella. Felt a little soft doing that.
Rain drops.
But that was good. You asked me how the offense looked yesterday. So I thought the offense
for Lobo
football. As I was watching yesterday, I actually thought the offense looked good. I thought they were moving the ball. I thought Miles Kendrick and C.J. Montes both looked really good. They both can get out of the pocket. I thought they both threw the ball. I thought the offense moved the ball. And the drills that I saw yesterday, I'm not worried about the Lobo defense. I'm just not. Scheme-wise, and it seems like athlete-wise, they're going to be in a much better place. I'm okay. I'm really not. But offense-wise, I looked at the size. I don't think they're massive up front, but I think they're bigger, if that makes sense, more athletic. I walked away feeling good. I'm going to go out and, some more.
Well, that's a big step because the scrimmage last Saturday, it was dominated by the defense.
Yeah.
And it was, it's a scrimmage. Things are scripted.
Yeah.
They're really working on things. But there were far too many bubble screens and plays going backwards.
That's a problem. They got another one tomorrow. I believe it's at 9:30, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. I'm going to go out and watch that tomorrow morning and get another feel on that. But, yeah, obviously the offense and the line is a concern. Aggie football, and this was finally announced. I told you this, I want to say about 7, 8, 10 weeks ago. The opener will be on ESPN2. So the Aggies open up next Saturday in Las Cruces against Nevada, and that will be a nationally televised game on ESPN2. It's a big deal for them. Last time that happened was against Wyoming, I think in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. So national television for the opener. Then they'll go on the road. I think the Minnesota game, if I'm not mistaken, is Big Ten Network. Then they come back. No, they go. Where do they go after that? UTEP. They go to UTEP. And they go to Wisconsin. So you get television for the Aggies next Thursday, and the nation will get to see Jerry Kill and your New Mexico State Aggies. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. We've been talking a lot about the Deshaun Watson suspension, and is it just, it's finally settled. Are you okay with it? And make your comparison. If you're just joining us, where I stand, I thought it should have been longer. Okay, I was on the year train. But if you're going to 11 games, they fined him $5 million. I believe the fine should have been $29,764,705. Jeff, that's a weird number. $230 million guaranteed over 5 years. Divide that by 5, you get an average salary. Divide that by 17, you get a per game salary. You take the 17, the game check, and you multiply it by 11, and that's how you get $29,700. That's just because I think Cleveland skirted the whole process just to avoid him getting hit financially, and that's where I would have gone with it. But where are you? And then where's Tommy? We can get in on that as well. JT, where are you rolling today?
Just rolling out westbound on the blacktop, you know.
Yep, I do. What's happening?
Oh, I'm surprised you guys don't know why Tommy's gone.
Where is he? You know?
Everybody already knows.
Yeah, what's that?
He's divorcing Giselle, but it takes a minute, you know.
You think that's it?
Yeah, it's all over social media, no?
Yeah. You buying that? Is that what it is?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know. That's what I saw. I don't know what.
Well, if it was on the social media, it's got to be true. Yeah.
Let's go to Deshaun Watson, Jeff. I'm a father of 2 daughters, so I think you know what I'm going to say about it. That fine that you were talking about, that's probably what I would have done too. The $29 million or whatever.
Yep.
And I'm good with not seeing him. You know, I mean, I'm not good with. I wanted to not see him the whole year at all. I didn't want to see him on the field. When I heard him talk, you know, the first word out of my mouth was, "What? What are you saying?" And then the owner made it worse. You know, I'm just done with him. You know, but that's just my opinion. I'm done with him. He hasn't done or said anything that I can even comprehend. So, you know, 11 games, good. I'm done. I mean, as long as we can get without him in the NFL, I'm good with it. So let me start out with let me just say 15 days, Jeff. You were out at practice.
Yep.
I wasn't. I was on the road, so it sounded something you liked, stuff you liked out there at the Lobo practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We got a big contingency of tailgaters.
Beautiful.
That I have rounded up for that game for my work.
Beautiful.
So we're going to be there 10-15 strong at 3 o'clock on September 3rd. So bring your friends, bring your uncles, aunts, cousins, brothers, everybody. Let's just fill this stadium, man. We you know, it takes the fans too. I mean, come on. It takes the coaches are working, the players are working, everybody's working. Let's do our part.
Right on.
Have a happy and safe weekend.
Be safe out there. Thanks, JT. 505-246-0610 is where he called. So he wants to see Deshaun gone for a year. Omar says, boy, I couldn't disagree with JJ more. I can't equate Tommy missing a couple of spring training games to Tony taking Jess to Mexico during the playoffs. Did you say that? A. Marie said that, no? Somebody said
that.
Oh, you say that? Okay. All right.
It was in regards to just the way people act about this.
Yeah. I don't think it's analogous, but the way people are losing their mind. Bourne says on Thomas Patrick Brady, Jeffrey the referee, this just shows how big a joke preseason has become. I don't know
It's
if
not a joke.
see. You need preseason. How are you evaluating teams? How are you going to cut players? How do young
How
players?
do you make the 53-man
How
roster?
do young players ever get a
It's
chance?
for the young men
Yeah, it's not for the guy who's
that you want to watch.
the legend.
Calm down.
And I think you're right. Is it a joke to you? That's cool, man. Like you don't have to watch it until you want to watch it. That's the beauty of the. Good
I
Lord,
love watching all these players that I've never heard of.
And for you dig it, and for Bourne, he doesn't. That's the
Yeah.
beauty of the good Lord inventing the remote control, or whoever invented the remote control. You got all kinds of stuff you can go do. I don't know that I think it's a joke. I don't think it's competitive, and I don't think it's something that if you're watching to go watch Tom Brady, then you're gonna have to wait a few more weeks. But to A. Marie's point, how does a young guy make a roster? How does an undrafted guy, like, are you watching Hard Knocks? How does Rodrigo
Oh my gosh.
make the roster?
Oh my gosh.
Right, that guy's going to be a stud. This Rodriguez kid that they drafted in the 6th round out of where?
I can't remember.
All right, but somehow he's like the talk of their camp, and he's making the roster. How does find your running back that came out of nowhere make the roster? Right, so it's not a joke. It's just a guy who's 45, who's been through 20 of them. And again, I don't know. Is he on vacation? Is he dealing with stuff?
Who cares?
I think that's where I am. Who cares? Now,
Any of the veteran guys.
Is it a problem if it becomes a trend? Dude's just going, hey, man, I'm going to peace out for 2 weeks. I'll be back the week before and get ready. I don't know that it needs to be a trend. And I'd like to believe that Tommy's got something that he's
I don't think he's gonna go like rage or like. I think these guys, most of them have a really good work ethic.
Yeah. But I'd like to believe there's a reason.
Yeah, obviously there's something.
Yeah. But is it a joke? I'm not sure. I think it's a joke. I think there's a reason for it. I think there's football is so hard and so intricate.
And there's so many new coaches this year.
It's another piece.
Oh my gosh. 10 new coaches.
Including there, by the way.
Yes. So
including there.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Emails again coming in this morning, as they do every morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com.
That's my new fantasy football team name, by the way.
Did you see mine, JJ?
I couldn't disagree with JJ more.
That's a good one. What's yours?
Don't kirk off your cousins.
It's probably good.
I don't know if you saw that, JJ, for our
haven't
balls
seen
and
that
chain league. We're having a wife-husband league, by the way. Did you see it? That's my new fantasy football name.
What's the logo?
I haven't picked it yet.
All right, that's good. That's actually really good. How's your car looking? How's your car looking? Dirty? Like it rained yesterday. Then it got a little windy. Then the dust blew around, and I know mine's the same way. It's dirty inside too. Summer got to it. All the travel and all the stuff, and it's time. On the Spot Automotive Detailing is going to take care of it for you. All you got to do is pick up the phone or go online and let them know you want them to come out and detail your vehicle. They'll come out, detail it. They are professionals, just like all the car lots, inside, outside, under the seats, around the tires, the rims, underneath the hood, everywhere that you don't get. And when they are done, that vehicle looks, it feels, it smells brand new. Remember the day you took it off the lot? Remember the day you got it? How fun it was to drive, get into it. Yep, On the Spot Automotive Detailing will do that for you, and they do it wherever and whenever it's convenient for you. So that means you don't take it to them. They go to you. You're working. They're in the parking lot. You're at home working. They're in the driveway. You go outside, and you've got a beautifully, professionally, wonderfully detailed vehicle. Great gift as well. Great gifts are something that people will love that they don't necessarily buy for themselves. It's a great gift. They offer ceramic coating, the best way to protect your paint for years to come, and On the Spot offers a 10% discount to our military. Call and book your appointment now online at otsdetailing.com or via the telephone. On the Spot Automotive Detailing at 505-859-2859. That's 505-859-2859.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports.
All right, let me read you some correspondence that you've been hitting us with this morning. The text line's open. Jeff, I'm sorry, that's 505-246-0610. That's how you text. Emails jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. Huge game for the Sandia running back. What a stud. Friday Night Lights at its best. Well, Thursday Night Lights, certainly. What he's referring to is Malachi Times. Sandia, 269 yards and 7 touchdowns last night in Sandia's 59-37 victory over Atrisco Heritage. Mud says West Mesa men's football team winning state. Yep, that's twice Mud said that. Mud's on West Mesa to win state. Okay. They'll be much better. I don't know that they're winning state. But, I mean, hey, knock yourself out. James is in on soccer last night. The Lowell women's soccer team drops their opener at home. 6th-ranked Rutgers came in beat them 1-0. Jeff, last year BYU was just bigger, faster, stronger than women's soccer. I didn't get that same feeling last night. The Scarlet Knights didn't blow my socks off with their talent. It's from James. Once again, I yield to you. Did they blow your socks off?
I got it. James is never satisfied, dude. Like, they could have won that game. They're like, well, Rutgers isn't that good.
That's right.
So that's the way he views. Those are his lenses. I don't quite feel that same way. I think it was an improvement for Lobo soccer. Because I don't think everyone is just outright wrong about a team that goes to the Final Four, returns 9 starters, and they're just not that good.
Are your socks still on? His
Yes.
socks are still on.
And clean.
They weren't blown off. All right. Todd says a new old Sunday tradition, Jeff. When I was young and prices were exploding like this, my parents would spend Sunday combining the paper. I'm sorry, that says combing. I don't know how I got combining out of that. Let me start again. Jeff, when I was young and prices were exploding like this, my parents would spend Sunday combing the paper, looking for sales, making their shopping lists for the week for Alpha Beta and Stiggly Wiggly. Can I do this now? It's been so long since I bought a Sunday paper. Do they still have circulars? Todd, I don't know. I also do not receive the Sunday paper. Any of you receive the Sunday paper? Bump, bump, bump. Anybody? Jennifer Davis. Remember when Jennifer was here and she would come in on Monday and she had the Sunday papers and she'd get through all. Remember how many ads were in the middle of the Sunday paper? Do you remember all that? Come on, it wasn't that long ago. You're not that damn.
A lot of ads.
young.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. Do they still do all that? All those
I don't get the
coupons
paper
and-
anymore.
Yeah, I don't know either. All right. I apologize, Todd. Can't help you. Don't know the answer. But we've thrown it out there if somebody wants to help him. Deutsch says Winton Bernard the whole show, Jeff. Albuquerque's baseball team wasn't doing much with him. But since he went to Denver, I think they're lowly 2-4. They better figure things out quickly or it's going to be a long final month of the season. Winton's not going to be running down the ramp to save them. Enjoy baseball. Go out and have fun at the ball game. Enjoy the fireworks. Get a beer. Whatever your favorite dog is or food is. They're not winning the pennant this year. Fair?
Yeah.
Richards also in on Rocky / Isotopes. 13-0. JJ's organization is in a world of hurt, especially after Sensatella limped off the court with what looked like a significant injury. I also think the Rockies aren't going to the playoffs. Am I on a limb here?
They were in a world of hurt before the season started.
Yeah. And now? Just saying.
It's all about Winton Bernard.
Who's not even here anymore, by the way.
Stone Garrett.
Stone Garrett.
Who's tearing up the PCL.
Yeah.
Another great story. Out of baseball. About a year ago, I think it was it LinkedIn?
Okay.
He's like, hey, if anyone needs an outfielder, let me know. Areno's like, sure, we'll take one. He's out there leading PCL in the home runs, gets called up, goes 2 for 3 the other night for the Diamondbacks.
Is that kind of like Ole Miss needing a punter and Lane Kiffin going to a frat house and finding a guy who could punt?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the same concept? That's what he claims. And the kid finally said, I wasn't in a fraternity. Well, why'd you let people say you were? Oh, because you got me on Sports Center.
Yeah. It's like, what was I supposed to do about it?
You guys like the story, so go with it. I mean, nobody ever really asked me. It's kind of good. Gene says Albuquerque's AAA franchise has to dig deep, Jeffy. They're tired. Normally, we'd be down to the final 2 weeks of the season, but we still have a month and a half left. Can they make one final push and get bowl eligible for the first time since 2013? No. I mean, I don't think so. 1 year, and I get Gene and all the Deutsch, and I mean, you guys, I get more Isotopes emails than I think we get anything else during the summer. And I get it that you guys are frustrated, and honestly, it would be really fun if they were contending once. JJ, when was the last time they were in contention? Not that it's a huge deal, not that it matters, although it matters for United, it matters for Lobos, it matters. Every other, Isotopes flat out every year get a pass on not being competitive because it's fun, it's the ballpark, it's summer, take me out to the ball game, it's fireworks, and it's bat races and taco races and but
they're a franchise that
you can't control locally.
They're at
they're at the
mercy of how good the Rockies are at finding talent.
Yeah. But wouldn't it be fun one year? And I'm
Absolutely.
not bagging on them, really. I mean, but they absolutely get a pass every year for not being competitive. And competitive's not fair. But they're not competing for a championship. They're not. When was the last time? And it would be fun. It would be really fun if we were like getting up in the morning. How'd they do last night? Listen to the game. Oh, they got to beat Tacoma today. They're only two back. How did El Paso do? Or how did Sugar Land do? Or how did Oklahoma City do? It'd be really cool. Now it's, hey, I'm going to go out to the ball game a couple more times and hang out. I like my seats and buy me some peanuts and Dippin' Dots, and I don't care if I. Oh, never mind that. All right, what did you tell me? Don't kirk what?
Don't kirk off your cousins.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm sorry, that's an epic fantasy
I
football
think
name.
it's actually really, really good. It's really good. Harold wants to know about Lobo volleyball. Jeff, yesterday Johnson Gym was the final pre-Highlands walkthrough. And if what I saw is any indication, head coach Tom Paul Glazer's hands are going to be numb at the end of the game from having Lobo volleyball under such a hard choke hold. All right. They play Highlands this weekend. I wasn't at practice yesterday, Harold. I'm going to take your word for it. Coming up next, David Matlin, Hawaii's athletic director, conversation with him. Really interesting because I think Hawaii is very similar in so many ways, athletic department-wise, to the University of New Mexico. So we'll have a conversation with David Matlin about where he thinks college athletics are going. I think you'll like that. If you're in business, and most of you are, you realize how important your computers, your network, your remote access are to everyday success. ABQIT is a company that knows most business owners just want to know three things. Their systems work, their system is secure, and how much is it going to cost? ABQIT created a business model with your business in mind. They're going to monitor your computers, to monitor your network, they'll keep everything operating. They watch for any activity that's malicious. They will protect your operation. And most of all, they do it with one predictable cost at the end of the month. So do you get a bunch of bills? You got a bill from the internet provider. You get one from cybersecurity company, another one when you buy new equipment. ABQIT will handle it all at one cost. So there's no hourly rate or labor billing. There's no hidden fees or out-of-scope charges. Your rate will be predictable and will not change. So if you have somebody come out and deal with you have an outage, it's the same price as a month that you don't. It's one predictable price. They upgrade your equipment. This is a wonderful, wonderful way to handle your computer systems and your network. Business owners, take time. Get a free assessment. Get a hold of ABQIT. You won't have to worry about computer problems again. Visit abq-it.com. abq-it.com. No more worrying about your computer systems when you do business with ABQIT.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
All right, we continue our run through the Mountain West Conference, getting ready for football season. We've heard from 11 of the 12 coaches. We've heard from players from, I think, 11 of the 12 teams, JJ, right?
Yes.
We've touched almost everybody. And the athletic director position it's an interesting one, and it's an interesting conversation. We heard from Terry Toomey, the athletic director of Fresno State. You're going to meet David Matlin, and JJ was like, who's that guy?
I really like David Matlin.
David Matlin's a good dude. David was former executive director of the Hawaii Bowl. He's been the athletic director in a really tough place at the University of Hawaii. And he's got a good perspective. David's a good friend of mine, and I think you'll enjoy this conversation on college athletics and where this league fits. Here's our conversation with Hawaii athletic director David Matlin. In the ever-changing landscape, and I mean ever-changing landscape of college athletics, David Matlin, the athletic director at the University of Hawaii, has seen a lot. Is a bowl director, and now is what, 5th year, 6th year, 7th year, 8th year,
7th.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're still here. What a heck of a year for you. Let's just kind of go to realignment, and I'm not asking you what's going to happen because none of us know. But I've always told you, I think the University of Hawaii and New Mexico are very similar. While you're much more geographically isolated, how do you approach this round of realignment?
Realignment. Like you said, no one knows what's really going to happen. A lot of people are talking. For us, we just got to be the best we can be. I mean, one thing that I'm excited about for our conference is, our conference is in a lot better place than it was 2 years ago. I mean, being the best group of 5 school, I think that helps. What's going to happen with the Pac-12, Big 12, or anyone else, we don't know. We just got to be the best we can be. And you just keep talking to people and keep learning.
I've talked to Eddie Nunez and Terry Toomey about this. You're all sitting in the same room or on a Zoom call, and you're talking about how do we grow, how do we keep this thing together. But every one of you, if the money comes and Big 12, Pac, whatever numbers, you're going to go. So how do you know who to trust when you're having these conversations?
Well, I think the fact that you know that up front, that people are, people, if something makes sense for them, they'll go. I think that makes it easier. I mean, I think that's kind of understood, that if someone has a better opportunity, they'll do it.
And you're not going to be mad at them, because you're all going to do the same thing.
Yeah, I think we're past that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what you want to make sure, though, is that when someone's going, are they really going for a better deal? Because who knows sometimes you're not sure what you're going to.
Grass is always greener, right? I tell people, water your own grass. David Matlin's with us on the opening drive this morning.
Your university is in a unique situation as well, where you have your basketball team playing in a different conference than your football team. Do you think that's actually a model that could make sense moving forward, as opposed to the mega conferences in football, that the basketball conference kind of stay the same to help with the regions?
I actually think that model could work. It could work for other sports too. I mean, when you look at transformation of D1 athletics, what's going on right now with the transformation, there could be a lot more schools competing in different conferences. You have a football conference, and maybe you have a non-football, or maybe you have a volleyball conference for certain people. I mean, volleyball is huge for us in Hawaii. So yeah, I think that is a model that might work with the new transformation if we knew what that was going to be.
In this time, do you feel that more and more, whether it's ADs, presidents, kind of open to changes, just dealing with the realization of kind of what we've seen happen with football?
There's no question. We're doing some things now that, a few years ago I would have said, we'll never do that. Right. So I think right now to say that there's no absolutes anymore. I think we have to, right now the key is being agile. It's agility, it's being open-minded, but it's also being thoughtful and being true to your core. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to be in a conference that stands for something, that stands for, the academic portion of things and integrity. But like the world's changing, it's going to continue to change. It's like I said, it's mind-boggling for someone who's been in sports management for 3 decades.
How do you keep up with the Joneses? And I say that you got some money approved from legislature. Your old stadium, I think it has been or is going to be raised here, right? It's going to be no longer, and you're going to be building a new stadium. San Diego State's got a new stadium. Colorado State's got a new stadium. Are you looking at what everybody else is doing, or you say no? We got to do just look at ourselves and stay with ourselves when you're building facilities.
Well, it's interesting. Our facilities on campus right now, the last 7 years. We pretty much touched we have a new softball stadium. We're getting a new weight room this year. We'll be done June 23. So our facilities have vastly improved. Great practice gyms for volleyball and basketball. The one area we're lacking on is football. Our stadium was condemned during COVID, which added to the...
I think I was there the day you got that call.
Yeah. Which is that's a challenge. So we have some work to do in our football space. The good thing is $400 million was allocated for the new stadium, which is huge. And I think once we do that, then we can start looking at our next goal for football is looking at a performance center right now. But right now we've had to invest everything into the Clarence T.C. Ching Field so we could keep playing football. I mean, hey, we know it's 9,300 seats right now. It will expand. It lacks the amenities to monetize, for a stadium. But, I'm very proud of getting that done. And frankly, 4 months construction time and 8 months since the day we found out that we weren't going to have Aloha Stadium.
He's David Madeline, the athletic director in Hawaii. JJ, I think we were in Frisco for the when Hawaii was in the New Mexico Bowl, and you got the call that Monday, if I'm not mistaken, that basically the stadium was getting shut down, and I'm like, what are you going to do? And here they are. JJ asked your new head coach yesterday, who's a great player at Hawaii, how do you recruit there? And I'm thinking more so, how you keeping guys, right? Guys go out there, and there's that island fever thing, and the reality. Transfer portal has helped and kind of hurt you, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, initially during the transition in coaches, it hurt us. I mean, we lost a lot of players. Look at the guys that Timmy's brought in and where they're from. I mean, our team, our spring practice team, it's going to be much different when we report in the fall and as the spring. So I think, first of all, Timmy, he's a legend in Hawaii. He's doing an awesome job in the community. It's always, he wants to be there. He's look at our players now. You'll see them. They're together right now. We're excited about that. There's some guys in Hawaii that they're going to get an opportunity to go to the mainland. They're going to go. You got to keep the door open, because sometimes they go there and it's they're missing home, or it's not quite what they thought it was going to be. And so I see with Timmy more guys coming back, and he's already recruiting more local players.
It sounds, JJ, doesn't it, like New Mexico, right? And Danny Gonzalez, who's from New Mexico, let him go, but the door's always open and work on the relationship. Just a few more minutes with David Matlin, the Hawaii athletic director.
Well, speaking of having an open door, what's it like just trying to build the fan base on the islands and get people interested? Because I know you look at, they used to have the Pro Bowl in Hawaii, and it seems like football is big, but being able to maximize what you have, like your fans are there, they're not going anywhere else, and just trying to get them to your games.
Well, in Hawaii, I mean, we're the only Division I program on the island. There's no professional sports, so we're kind of it. We're kind of it. COVID restrictions, similar in New Mexico, were pretty tough in Hawaii. So and we also have a stadium where we have a lot less people that we can engage with on game week. So we have probably more demand than supply right now. People care. I mean, when I meet with recruits, what I tell them that the unique thing about playing in Hawaii that I think is more unique than any other place is you're not just playing for your, for your team, for your university. You're playing for the whole state. You're playing for all the islands, and I think that's special. That can be true in other places, but in Hawaii, without any, in New Mexico, you have New Mexico State. Here, it's probably a little more like Wyoming, where there's only really one program. And I tell them that's an incredible opportunity. Our kids get a lot of local media coverage. I also say it's a pretty big responsibility because
you get a lot of media coverage.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. What I tell everyone is the best thing about being athletic director at University of Hawaii is, exaggerate a little bit, but everybody cares. You know what the most challenging thing?
Everybody cares.
Everybody cares. But it's so much better than apathy. I mean, I count my blessings every day for that.
Go catch your plane.
Okay.
Always great to see you.
Good seeing you.
Good luck.
Good seeing you.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safe.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Translate into people going. We're going to see. Hopefully, people are going to go out and enjoy the Maine game. You got 3 games to start for Lobo football. Maine, then Boise State on a Friday night, and then UTEP. You know, I was looking at the Friday night high school schedule that week, and Danny had talked. Remember early in the summer, Danny Gonzalez was talking about trying to make that get all the games pushed to the afternoon, and I don't think that worked. I think La Cueva's got homecoming that night. Academy's got their one night under the lights. You know, they don't have lights there. They bring in lights. They play one night game a year. They're doing it that night. It just didn't really feel like people cooperated with Lobo football in this, which is a bummer. 505-246-0610. Come on in today, 888-922-0610. Your emails have been coming in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ, that's the letter J and the letter J at JJ@sportsanimalabq.com. And on the Twitter _ JJ Buck. You can watch the show. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks, Comcast Channel 26. And they've got a terrific lineup going through football season, so you can check that out. And on their YouTube channel for ProView Networks. High school football last night, you had Albuquerque Academy beating Rio Grande 37-0. Valley 36-0 over Bernalillo. West Mesa beat Santa Fe 56-12. And the Sandia game, Sandia beat Atrisco Heritage 59-37. Malachi Times for Sandia, 269 yards, 7 touchdowns. Happy football season. I mean, how's that as a way to open it up?
Not too bad. 7 touchdowns. That's going to be the high water mark. I think there will be more yards.
So you think somebody will run for more yards, but nobody will score 7 touchdowns?
More than 7 touchdowns.
All season. So the bar's been set and it will not be surpassed.
7.
I mean, I think you're right. I've told you one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in person, and I didn't see Malachi last night, was Ronnie Daniels in his senior year against Manzano, scored 7 touchdowns, and they lost the game. Bobby Newcomb's the best I've ever seen play around here. He was terrific. But that one game, that performance was insane. I would have loved to watch that young man last night. Academy looked good. I watched dudes run over guys, and it was just fun to watch high school football again last night. Just fun to be out there, and you get them all. Here we go on Friday. At the top of the hour, 9 o'clock, we'll reset the Deshaun Watson stuff. You can get into that. We can talk some more college football. If you're outside of the business, now, in full disclosure, I work for ESPN in my role as executive director of New Mexico Bowl. And so, obviously, the Big Ten announcement resonated. I paid a lot of attention to that as it was going on. Does the Big Ten television contract for $7 billion, $7 billion, billion dollars, with NBC, with Fox, and with CBS, it's on our radar because you and I are in the business. It's obviously on my radar because I work for one of those companies. Does a common person care?
No.
Do you think the even the regular Big Ten fan, we're not on ESPN, but we'll be here and here and here. Does it matter?
Big Ten fan, yes.
Okay.
Because it's
basketball, right?
About where their games are going to be. So absolutely. I guess, just the guy that's tuning in, listening to Sports Talk Radio, he doesn't care about the intricacies of it.
Yeah.
He doesn't really care about athletic budgets.
I think that's right.
But it's all the things that pop from that. It's why Rutgers, their women's soccer team, could come out on a Monday and spend 7 days in Albuquerque.
That's 100% why. Because they've got that budget. Yeah. Well, remember, and I'll go back again, 8 years ago when I came back and I remember the $2 billion deal. Remember how amazing that $2 billion deal was? Pac-12 had signed a deal with Fox and ESPN. ESPN and Fox merged. They got together on a deal. Oh, my goodness. And each school was going to get $25 million a year. And I remember at the time saying, what that means is facilities are going up, but that means your soccer team can go across the country. You can pay, UCLA can pay $2.6 million for New Mexico's basketball coach, right? That's where that money's coming from. And now the money just exploded exponentially. UCLA's going, USC's going from making $25 million a year to about $90 million a year from their first-tier media rights. It's insanity. And I understand, why a company would back out and say, look, we at some point it doesn't make business sense to be able to pay whatever $7 billion if you can't recoup the money. If the ads aren't going to be able to sell, if you're not going to be but I agree with you. I don't think the common fan was just going as nuts as some people on the Twitter were. All right, we're going to reset the Deshaun Watson stuff at the top of the hour. There was football last night. Did you watch football last night? I know you probably
And happy birthday, Kirk Cousins.
Is it his birthday?
Cousins. Yeah, I watched football last night.
Seattle and the Bears?
Sure did.
What'd you think? All right, well, tell me when you get back, will you? I want your recap because, I was out watching football last night, so I didn't get to
The Seahawks lost and the Bears didn't win.
Ooh, what does that mean? That's next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
for 5 years running. Don't sweat the technique. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Cindietta, and JJ Bond.
All right, headed into a weekend where you got all kinds of exhibition football. You get the FedEx Cup, and it is your last weekend. I mean, this is normally the weekend I tell, hey, fellas, take her to that nice dinner. Take her to a movie. Take her, because this is your last weekend without real football, competitive football. Next weekend, 0 week, you've got a soft slate, and I say soft because it's not a full slate. That doesn't mean the games aren't good. You got really good games. It's a soft opening before the hard opening of college football, including New Mexico State on ESPN2 against Nevada down in Las Cruces a week from tomorrow. But this is your last weekend, hey, honey, you remember that dinner you wanted to go to? And all right, because I got my fantasy draft on Sunday afternoon at Hooters, at Twin Peaks. What? Am I lying?
I think we need to change.
You're both smiling and laughing because I'm right. You got to change draft sites?
Twin Peaks sounds like a good place to draft.
All right.
Oh, it's great. Love Twin Peaks.
All right. What should I order? If I
my
if
gosh!
I happen to go
in
there.
general,
No, like,
the queso's good. I know it sounds ridiculous. You don't like queso?
I mean,
not a big queso guy.
It's not like, hey, I'm going to go and eat. I'm going to order the. Okay.
First of all, I like that their mugs are ice
They're
cold.
They're cold. Yeah.
Their wings are very good, and their burger. I'm a big fan of Twin Peaks.
I'm going to have a salad.
Okay. I don't go there for salads.
Why not?
I don't know.
But their salads are really good. What do you go there for? The queso?
And they play all sports.
Okay.
That and Bubba's.
Oh my! Do you guys have drafts this weekend? Anybody?
Yeah.
How many drafts do you have?
I have one.
I have one this weekend.
And then 4 more.
I have
next 2 weeks.
one of my keeper league drafts this weekend.
Me
so
too.
this is a draft.
My first keeper league I got.
Who'd you keep?
Well, I was passed on. Have you ever done?
Yeah.
Okay, so
you inherited
a guy
somebody
left.
left. Yeah. So you
and
get his
so they passed
roster.
it on me.
Yeah.
So Eckler.
Oh, that's a
I
good
was like,
keeper.
yeah, thanks.
That's a good.
He had a pretty good team in general. I was like, I'm down with this.
No, I was just showing JJ. I was like, okay, do I keep? I had a team with. I kept Dalvin Cook. I had Dalvin Cook, DeAndre Swift. I had Devontae Adams. I had T. Higgins. I had Thielen. I had a good team, huh?
Yes.
Lost the first round of the playoffs. So I kept your boy Dalvin Cook, and then I have the 7th pick. So it's going to really come down to a mid-range, like a second line receiver or second line back with that 7th pick, isn't it? Because there'll be 7 plus 12, 19 guys off the board. Yeah. But everybody's got him. All right, what'd you watch in football last night? You just told me Seattle didn't lost, but Chicago did not win. What did that mean?
It was no, I'm just kidding. Chicago Bears won.
Yeah.
It was a messy game. There was a lot of 4 and outs. And there was one big injury. I can't remember who got hurt. It was very scary. That took up a couple minutes. And that's I did watch the whole game, though, for some reason.
It was the backup running back for Seattle, right?
It was so scary.
JJ, was it?
Kenneth Walker got hurt, but then
No, a lineman got...
Damian Lewis
it was
got
so,
carted off.
Yeah, that's thank you,
for the
JJ.
Seahawks.
Thank you,
I didn't
thank
see
you.
that.
And an ankle injury. So,
A lot of punting. I hope the punter made the team.
See, by the way, the punt god.
10 punts.
You see what the punt god in Buffalo did last week?
Oh, my gosh.
82-yarder.
82-yarder by Areza.
Making that team.
The
Making
third
that cut.
punter picked in the freaking draft. Give me a break.
Give me a break.
Yeah, because he's from San Diego State. He can't punt. Come on.
I mean,
What were you gonna
San
say?
Diego.
I don't know if people understand how good Justin Fields could be.
Oh, I like
Because
Justin Fields.
is being pressured at the highest rate in the NFL.
Because his line is
Has
garbage.
0 investment offensively. They're like, oh, we still got David Montgomery. Be all right. And he's the only reason the Bears at spurts can be competitive.
If he's the only reason, then they can't be competitive because if he's got nobody to throw to, and I think Darnell
Like,
Mooney
there will
is
be
nice.
time. Like, this team has done him so dirty.
Right.
Like, just spam wide receivers. Like, draft at the end. Just throw dudes out there. Nothing.
I like Mooney a lot. After that, I think they've got just a smattering of whatever.
Cole Kmet, David Montgomery.
Okay.
But the whole thing is, you invested in Justin Fields like that, it is go crazy on offensive linemen, then spam skill position players. Like, that's what you do the year after taking a young quarterback. Look what the Jaguars did. I know you Bears didn't want to go out there and drop the most money ever in free agency like Jacksonville did. But it's like, all right, you got the young guy. The next step is protect him.
I feel the way you do on him. And there have been quarterbacks in this league, and I know we had this conversation the other day. We talk a lot about luck, good luck, bad luck, the situation in which you find yourself, right? Derek Jeter found himself in a great spot. Tom Brady did. They parlayed that. They were great players who were going to have good careers. They parlayed their situation to great careers. Justin Fields, like David Carr, and he's my go-to example on this. I don't think David Carr was a bad quarterback. He's going to go down as a bust in the NFL because he was the first pick of an expansion franchise when the Houston Texans started out, and they put him behind you and me and Carlisle on the offensive line. Sorry, Carlisle, but none of us can block. And he spent his career on his back, and he was no good, and he was out because, well, I mean, look at his numbers. Yeah, because he was running for his life. That's my fear with Justin Fields here. We never will know how good David Carr could have been. And in this situation, and your point's right, we're going to see progression. But my fear with him is you're just not going to know.
Yeah, that's the way it's trending for Justin Fields. And then I'm really I got just blanking on the offense coordinator because then you bring in
for the Bears.
Yeah, a defensive guy, Matt Eberflus. And so you have to have a really good offense coordinator that's going to be able to set things up for Fields because things aren't geared for what should be a franchise quarterback. Bringing in Matt Eberflus is not helping Justin Fields.
Well, look, I'm not going to pass judgment yet on Matt Eberflus. I don't know if he's going to be a good coach or not. All I know is there's never been a good coach who didn't have good players. I mean, right? There's been a good let me rephrase that. There's never been a winning coach who didn't have good players. Good coaches have lost in places where they haven't had good players. Bill Belichick in Cleveland is the easy example. I don't know if he's good or not. And I don't know if we're going to know that because they don't have a good roster. So Ryan says you aren't lying on the take care of business thing. Take your lady out to dinner and movies or a show. He says you aren't lying. This is the last weekend to be nice for sure. Rack up them points. I said, right, take care of business. He said, for sure, especially being gone 2 days already this week. And then he said, Sam Bradford, one of the most accurate quarterbacks I've ever seen that no one will remember that way because he was in a bad situation.
Yep.
What a good Rams team.
Oh, Bradford. Hey, I know him
well. You had
well.
him for a while.
I know him well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a number of quarterbacks that go down, and you're going to say, yeah, well, I don't know if he was any good.
And Sam Bradford is
but he
why there's
stay healthy.
a rookie wage scale now.
Because he got $52 million in that
wait
first
a
year?
Yeah. What are we doing here?
100% on that. No, you're right. He's why there's a rookie wage scale. Sam Bradford was always hurt. Now, was he always hurt because he was behind garbage offensive lines?
Maybe.
Es posible, sí.
In Minnesota, yes.
Yeah. I think the league is littered with quarterbacks.
Forgot that Sam Bradford is a Minnesota Viking.
Oh, I don't, JJ.
So it was Rams, Vikings, Eagles?
Then he bounced around.
I think it. Yes. I was thinking if that reversed it, but
now, by the way, there's also false negatives on this.
Really?
We think that there's plenty of quarterbacks we say, well, he wasn't good because he was in a bad situation, never got a chance. Like Sam Bradford. I'm sorry, not Sam Bradford. Sam Darnold. And then he got another chance. We're like, maybe he's just not that good.
You know what? Sam Bradford.
Hip numbers now.
When he was healthy,
yes.
Homeboy was 500 quarterback.
Yes.
7-9.
That's not 500.
Close enough, Jeff. Yeah. 7-9, 2 games under 500.
Yes.
As a rookie.
All right. As a rookie, that's certainly not bad.
Only played 10 games the next year.
Yeah. What was his record?
1-9. But
that's not 500.
If he would have played 16 games, he would have been 7-9 again.
No way. He would have been 3-13 on that pace.
Next 16 game season, 7-8-1.
That's not 500.
For what he is, it is.
He was about
14 game
500.
season, 7-7.
Yeah, that's
15
500.
games, 7-8.
That's almost 500. Yeah, he was a decent.
When healthy,
quarterback.
he was a 400 quarterback.
He was a good enough. He was a functionable. He was a good.
He was a human being.
He
who
was
throw
an
a football.
okay quarterback. He was your better than Carson Wentz. Better. He was not maybe a Kirk
He was
Cousins.
AP Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Ooh, AP Offensive Rookie of the Year, man.
Wow.
With the Rams.
With
Ram
18
it.
touchdowns and
Do
15
you know
interceptions.
how to ram it? Yeah. I'm just trying to think of another quarterback that was
Everything you need to know
about
that year.
Yeah.
Mike Williams was the rookie wide receiver that year. 65 catches, 964 yards, 11 touchdowns.
Yep.
That should have won it.
Yeah, but it didn't.
They just
Here,
got
give it to the
blinded by the quarterback.
Give it to the quarterback.
Third, kind of tells you about the draft class. Third in an AP Offensive Rookie of the Year voting in 2010 was Maurice Pouncey, the center for the Steelers.
Well, probably a Hall of Famer, right?
They're like, yeah, let's give it to the quarterback.
If a center ever wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, that's awesome. I remember
I
when
would love that.
there was a center that won at UCLA that won Offensive Player of the Year on a UCLA team that I believe went to the Cotton Bowl that year that had Deshaun Foster on that team. Center from Albuquerque, New Mexico, by the way, Troy Danoff, won Offensive. But I love when a team recognizes our best player. I mean, the running back was really flashing, got national exposure, but our best player was at center. And on a team, I think that was the year they went to the Cotton Bowl. That was the year, if I'm not mistaken, they had the game against Miami was hurricaned out the first week of the year. They played it at the end of the year, and Edgerrin James and Miami beat them and knocked them out of the Rose Bowl, and they went to the Cotton Bowl. And I think they lost the Cotton Bowl, but a really good UCLA team. Yeah, offensive center from La Cueva High School, offensive player of the year at UCLA. It's pretty. I mean, how often does that happen? You got to be a pretty special player, Pouncey, to be third on that list. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. A little update on Zach Wilson of the Jets. We got NFL stuff to do. Lobo football. What's going on this weekend around here? There's a ton, and I got a bunch of correspondence from you as well, and I'll get them to you. Aaron Jones opened IPS, International Protective Service, in 2006. What is it? It is a private security company who I have used for years to protect my home. Hundreds of homeowners and business owners around our town utilize IPS because property crime's on the rise, officer shortage continues, and you want to protect what you've worked so hard to build. As you should. It's yours. You worked hard for it. You should be secure. You should be safe. Call IPS. Started in 2006 up in Fort Hills. Now, 16 years later, homeowners, business owners all over this town trust IPS to protect what they've worked so hard to build. Because Aaron's from here. He is passionate about making Albuquerque a safer place, a better place to live and work by watching your home, watching your business with highly trained armed guards and 24-hour patrols. Committed to this city and to your protection. Call IPS, see what they can do for you. 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420 or online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
I didn't even know it was Friday.
If you got your funky bus fare.
That good, was it?
No, that was good. It's always good when you hoe.
I'm out of shape, man. I gotta get back in the gymnasium. Is that what you call them, the gymnasiums?
The Heim.
The Heim. I gotta get in the Heim.
I missed the bus.
It's such a great song. Like, you can play this the whole segment.
I mean,
and let him just go.
I don't know.
Oh.
Since I've come aboard, Ram, it's still my favorite.
That's fine. It's a celebratory song, as is this, because this means it's Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Text line says Sam Bradford's record is greater than Edwards' record on his 5-star picks.
Dang, shots fired.
Yeah, Edward is a frequent contributor to our show, and he does something called 5-star picks. And the text line says Sam Bradford's record is better than that. Edward would disagree with you. And Edward's the only one
doesn't go above 500.
Edward's the only one who keeps the Edwards records, and so they might be tainted. But I don't doubt. I don't doubt
He's
his.
a pretty knowledgeable human.
No, I don't doubt his credibility or his acumen. So.
We all think we know, though.
That also, this is somebody else says the Big Ten TV deal is exactly why the NCAA really isn't worried about NIL. Of those billions, I think zero goes to the players. They get TV dollars and benefit from big-time collectives. Not a bad way to do business. By the way, I'm digging JJ's fantasy football team name, anonymous texter from the state capitol. What's your team name again?
I couldn't disagree with JJ more.
I actually really like that, JJ.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
I think that should be.
Let's put that on a shirt. There we go.
We should put a lot of stuff on our shirt, dude. How come the TV's been off all night? Is it been off the whole time?
No.
Wasn't this on
I think
earlier?
it just went off.
What happened? Why am I
Timed
not
out.
getting any highlights? Oh, is that right? All right. So we've been a lot of places today. Louisville women's soccer gets beat yesterday by Rutgers, the 6th-ranked team in the country, 1-0. Tomorrow, if you haven't had your soccer fix, New Mexico United back at the ball pitch. They have lost 3 in a row in Isotopes Park. JJ Buck is on the call on ESPN Plus along with Tyler Ortega. Monterey Bay FC, is that correct?
That is correct.
If I'm not sure what the name of it is, I just say FC. And I think 98% of the time I'm right. All right, so this is a match that should be just what the doctor ordered for your New Mexico United. They should be able to snap their winless streak. It's been they haven't won in 4 matches, 3 losses and a draw, and this should be just what maybe, but
Not
Monterey,
so fast, my friend.
Monterey Bay comes in on a little winning streak.
Won 4 of their last 5.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Winning ugly.
Ugly.
They'll grind it out. They ain't pretty. They don't care. They're getting results. 9 games left in the regular season. United in a position where they go out, take this game at home, which you need to do. You have to. Everything you just said. They don't want to be in a position where they drop some more points, getting late in the season, and need help to get in the playoffs. Now, this is your chance to solidify yourself. Playoff team, get in, not looking around for help in the final day of the season. Go out there and win a home game.
Every year. Like every year. And they've been lucky in most of those situations. I mean, I remember the year Switchbacks were horrible and beat San Antonio. Do I remember that correctly?
You do remember that.
Damn, why do I have brain cells?
Mind is like a steel trap.
It somewhat is, yeah. And they snuck in the back door and got in, and everybody celebrated, and yay, we're in the playoffs, which is a wonderful feat. And, yeah, let's not get to the last day and have to worry about that. So you've got that coming up this weekend. You've got the golf going on this weekend, the FedEx Cup. We're actually talking about golf and not the live stuff. Keegan Bradley is your leader at the FedEx Cup Championships BMW. Keegan Bradley shot a -7 yesterday. He is 1 stroke clear. He hasn't teed off yet. He'll go later. Cam Davis and Scott Stallings and Russell Henley and Adam Scott are 1 stroke back at -5. A lot of big names on this leaderboard, boys and girls. These are the best on the PGA Tour. Justin Thomas was 5 under yesterday. Cam Young was 4 under yesterday. Colin Morikawa, Xander Schauffele. So you got a lot of big names. You see Rory take a double par yesterday. Took a 6 on a 3, just poking that thing all over the place.
It's been shaky in the playoffs.
Yep. So Rory, I think it was -3 yesterday. So you got that going on and something to look at. And I think they've done this right, the way they've got this set up and trying to wrap up their big playoff before football season starts. I think they realize, as much as people dig golf, once the football season starts, we are watching dudes smash into each other, right?
Yes.
Now, we still may go out and hit the little ball, but you got to go out early and make sure you get the red zone in your golf cart on your TV. Don't think that's not a thing, by the way.
Okay, so when I played Isleta recently, I loved it. They have everything on their golf cart. Even you can listen to Sports Animal.
Well,
I'm
I
just letting you
think
know.
that's the main. I think that's the go-to.
It's the main attraction.
I'm just letting you know. I was blasting it in the golf cart.
Were you really?
Yeah, heck yeah, it was.
What time? Oh, it wasn't our show though.
No.
That's all right. I mean, everything that
It
we
was
have on
Jim
this,
Rome.
Yeah, everything that we have is really good. AC says on Sam Bradford, according to those stats JJ provided, Bradford would have been a great quarterback for the Cowboys. See what he did there? Average 500, not winning in the playoffs. See what he did there?
Yes.
Don't Kirk your cousin.
No, don't Kirk off your cousins.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Come on, that's a great name.
That's a great. I'm not telling you it's not. It's wonderful. It's very, very good. Yes. What happened to all my names? I had a million of them all year. I did. I don't know where they all went. I got to find them. Braves Marcelo Zuna arrested, charged with driving under the influence early Friday morning. Ozuna was arrested back in May for aggravated assault and battery. Every time a guy gets arrested, you got to bring up his whole record, right? Police witnessed him choke his wife and throw her against the wall.
Because
Yeah, no, this is yeah.
Bad dude, questionable character. That's Marcelo.
How did I not know this? Back in May, Ozuna was arrested for aggravated assault and battery after police witnessed him choke his wife and throw her against the wall in their home. He entered a pretrial diversion program. Charges were dropped. I guess she didn't want to press the charges. Baseball put him on administrative leave following the arrest. He served a 20-game suspension under the league's domestic violence policy. Now he's got back in the news with a DUI. Baseball does not have a formal DUI suspension policy. And so here we go. If you remember, Blue Jays pitching coach Pete Walker was arrested for DWI in spring training. He was not suspended by MLB. Miguel Cabrera, Sin-Shu Chu, Danny Duffy, Giovanni Gallardo, all were arrested for DUI in recent years, did not serve suspensions. So I guess protocol would be no suspension and just deal with it legally. I don't know if you feel a guy for a DWI should get suspended or not. I'm not as convicted there as I am for a guy who, quote, was witnessed by police choking his wife and throwing her against the wall. Feels like 20 games might be a little soft there, no?
Yeah.
I guess time's up in Atlanta after this.
I mean, at what point is your time up making millions of dollars, which is a privilege, not a right? How many times? I mean, I'm going to guess, with all due respect, one time choking your wife and throwing her up against the wall. I know plenty of you are going to tell me, no, we all make mistakes and you should get another chance. I don't know, man. A mistake might be a DUI. It's a bad judgment. We've had this conversation a zillion times. Is it a mistake to choke your wife and throw her up against the wall? Is that a mistake?
No.
I don't know. I made a mistake. I said the wrong thing. I read the wrong stuff. I misremembered. I make mistakes. With all due respect, I make a lot of mistakes. I think I can safely say I will never choke a woman and throw her against the wall.
And you think that just came out of nowhere, too? You think
That's
this is the first time
it
out of
happened?
nowhere they just out of sudden became toxic and this just all happened? And
I've
he just,
never
he just
done
said
this
that
before. I was in a fit
he's
of
never had
rage.
any behavior physically
She
or verbally.
overcooked my pork chops, and damn it, I just lost my mind. What? Steak?
No, I don't know.
I wanted my eggs over medium, and she made them scrambled. What?
I don't know.
No, honestly, I mean, I'm not looking to make, like, with all due respect, we're talking about disciplinary action and violence against women. And this is a DUI, and look, you can have your conversation. Should a guy get suspended? And I think dealing with the law in its own right, if you get pulled over at DWI, you got your issues. You should handle it. I'm not sure I think you should be suspended from Major League Baseball for that.
Yes.
You do?
For a portion, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Kidding me?
We can have this conversation.
You kidding me?
But there is no conversation.
A mistake is speeding.
All right, fair enough.
A mistake is, I did the California stop at the stop sign.
Yep, I've done that.
Getting plastered and getting in your car.
All right, it's a bad choice. As is choking your wife and throwing her against the wall in your home. There's degrees of discretion, right?
Yes.
Is that kind of towards the upper echelon? But charges were dropped. This goes back to your first segment of today's show, 7 o'clock hour, where you were talking about Deshaun Watson and really struggling with, well, there were no legal charges. They didn't get charged legally. So how do you handle this 11 games for Deshaun? There's no charges against him. It's the same thing with Marcelo Zuna. Well, they didn't charge because the wife didn't press charges, so there's nothing legal. But the police witnessed him choking his wife and throwing her against the wall. All right, 20 games out of 162. What is that? That's 246. That's 1/8 of the season. That's 1/8 of the season. So what would that'd be 2.5, 3 games in the NFL? Right? Essentially. What are we doing? I mean, at some point, violence towards women. Playing professional sports and making millions of dollars, boys and girls, is a freaking privilege. It isn't your God-given right. You may have God-given talent. You may be really, 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 really good at your trade, but it is not your right to play that sport and make millions. It is a flippin' privilege. At what point? All right, you want to tell me one discretion? Okay, all right. But at what point is choking your wife and throwing her against the wall, or beating the hell out of a dude who looked at the girl that was with you in an elevator, or 25 accusations? At what point do you lose a privilege? What are we doing? All right, Jeff, get off your damn soapbox. It was a mistake. I don't know. What's a mistake? JJ, you just defined mistake. I just get, and here's the problem. And we'll take this break. I know we're late. Here's the problem. Most athletes, most people are good. Athletics are no different. Do you think I'm wrong? Professional athletes are no different percentage-wise in society. There's really good people and there's really bad people in society, and it's probably proportionally percentage-wise the same as professional athletes. They're just scrutinized more. And so when this happens, you paint with a broad brush. Oh, these athletes, these entitled, they're just a bunch of jerks and wife beaters and everything. And I don't think that's true. The majority of people you and me all work with, deal with, are pretty good people, right?
Right.
Which makes it worse for them. And at what point is it a damn privilege? All right, I'm off my soapbox. 505-246-0610 if you want to get it. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Wherever you want, wearing whatever you want, whatever you want. You can wear your Kirk Cousins jersey or, well, nothing if you want. Security, it's a dangerous world out there for your money. It's why they employ the best technology to monitor your accounts and protect you from fraud and theft. Mobile banking, 30,000 nationwide ATMs in the CU Anytime and Co-op Network, e-statements, and the Independence debit card. Little red card backed by the Go Anywhere, Buy Anything Power Visa, and offers you exclusive purchase rewards in your online banking account. Kirtland Federal Credit Union, because banking should be easy. Stop by any branch or find out what they can do for you at kirtlandfcu.org. kirtlandfcu.org. Membership eligibility required. See your representative for complete details. All right. Apologize. Well, no, you know what? I don't.
Don't
I'm not gonna
apologize.
I don't often go off on rants. I don't get angry. I don't get super high or low about sports, right? It's my business. It's my passion. I just get to a point every once in a while, and Marie, you and I were just having this conversation. Keep your damn hands off of women. Like, no, I said it. It's a privilege. It's not a right, and I don't know. I think you guys are kind of on the same page, right?
Right.
All right. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Mike says, who are we doing this for, Jeff Alou? If we're doing the openers for football fans, Maine isn't going to cut it. If we're doing it for the casual fringe Albuquerque ABT fans, what is ABT? ABT fans that don't care who you play, let's beat Eastern, Western, or Highlands by Fitty and focus on fireworks, the chili races, the Myra Noodleman, the overpriced food special of the week, and not the game. All right, so you're doing this for your football team. Look, I don't know what went into the scheduling on Maine. I don't know why everybody's so fired. Well, not everybody. I don't know why the people who are fired up about this are fired up. Maine is a Division I FCS football team. Okay, Highlands in the RMAC is Division II, Eastern, Western Division II football teams. Okay, and I know it's really hard to differentiate that if you don't follow it, but it's a different level. You're playing a Division I football team. Now, why not Houston Baptist or what? I mean, you wouldn't like that. You didn't like any of that anyway. I don't know how it went down. There was probably a relationship years ago with whoever made the scheduling and whoever was at Maine. And but why is playing Maine bother people so much?
Another email or the in-state thing. Why don't you just pay one of those schools?
Right, and I just explained it.
Because Maine would probably be favored over those schools, right? In a game.
Well, yes, they would.
So it's a game that you should win, but is stiffer competition than you'd get against a in-state schools.
Yes, it's a Division I school. Yeah. FCS is Division I. It's FBS and FCS. Look, UNLV is playing Idaho State. I'm just giving you some of these non-conference games. Everybody's playing one. San Jose State's playing Portland State. Fresno State's playing Cal Poly. Air Force is playing Northern Iowa. Everybody's playing one of these games. Okay, everyone in your league has got one of these on their schedule. It may not be in week one, but it's somewhere. Everybody's got one. Okay, San Diego State's playing Idaho State. Damn, Idaho State might as well join the league. Wyoming's playing Northern Colorado. Nevada's playing Incarnate Word. All right, you see where I'm going? And
everyone's got one, but I also think there's
Boise State's playing Tennessee Martin.
It's not gonna. none of those games are going to get
No.
fan base like
Hawaii.
"Yeah, let's go.
Hawaii's
Idaho
playing
State."
Duquesne. Do you know where Duquesne is?
Yes, Pittsburgh.
Yes.
My late grandmother went to Duquesne, as did my grandfather.
Norm Nixon was a point guard out of Duquesne. Why
Big
not
Duquesne family.
Eastern? What, like, with all due respect, Eastern, Western, Highlands, RMAC, Lone Star Conference, they're Division II teams. They, you know, it's funny. Why doesn't Cleveland High School play JAL? I mean, it's kind of the same concept. Am I wrong? Jeff, the Lobos aren't Cleveland. Oh, okay. Why doesn't El Dorado play JAL? Does that make you feel better? I know it's weird. I know it's different. I know it's you know, it's not something you see on a regular basis.
Don't worry, you'll get. I think your basketball team gets to beat up on one of them, so you'll be happy.
You get UTEP, you get New Mexico State. I don't know why Bruce so upset. I don't know how it came about. Hello, Wayne.
Yeah, it would be kind of ironic if they actually go and lose to that team.
That'd be a bummer.
I don't think that. I think I don't know where New Mexicans get a lot, or the Lobo fans get a lot of things that they think they're better than they deserve with different opponents. Do you think LSU is looking at New Mexico and be like, "Who is this New Mexico team?
Why the hell are we playing
they even
now?"
a Division I team?" I think they're probably doing the exact same thing that UNM is probably doing now, and they have the notoriety and the credibility to do so. UNM unfortunately doesn't have that pedigree to be able to be picky in who they get to play. It's pretty much whoever can fit in their schedule and get on there. But I think it's kind of ironic for them to be doing that when that's probably happening to UNM fans right now with LSU questioning who is New Mexico, and then they're doing the exact same thing to UNM. So it's always easier when you're on the other side, but you got to think. Be a little humble and realize that you at least have a Division I team playing in New Mexico, and support whoever you can support. And don't be so petty because that's happening to you right now with LSU looking at you on your schedule.
100%. Thank you, Wayne.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with it. I think it's why. Nope. I think it's this. There's a few fans that email saying, "Why are you paying Maine $400,000?
$350,000, I think. But yeah,
$350,000 to come play this game." And they just caught up. We'll just pay that to an in-state team, and you don't have to pay them that much money.
I just
and go beat them
explained
up.
it to you. Yeah.
I know, but they don't like. That's the problem. Not because Maine's not good enough, because you're wanting them to play teams that are worse than Maine, just because they're in-state.
Yeah.
And by the way,
and that's a
LSU,
really good-
Alabama, they don't care about. They love that. They know they're going to score 80 points that game.
Do you know? Do you think New Mexico is that game for LSU on their schedule? You think that's their relief game?
The LSU's not complaining about playing New Mexico.
By the way, do you know they've got Southern on their schedule also? Southern 2 weeks before, and then they also have New Mexico. And
that's we're going to party the entire time, and we're not going to pay attention in the fourth quarter.
That's right. I mean, what the hell do we care? Yeah. Somebody smuggle in another fifth in your draws, or fill up this Boda bag with that, or put this in your water bottle. Yes, I don't give a damn. And your point is right. And you said something I don't even know if this resonated. You want them to play teams that are worse. You're trying to prepare your team. So Maine was what, 6-5 last year? Maine's a decent FCS team. Like, what does it matter? Do you care? Why do you care if they come from Idaho or Maine or Texas? If it's not going to be the Eastern Western Highlands thing, and I explained to you why not, then why? What's wrong? We're always talking about let's play somebody different. Let's go to Notre Dame. Let's go to but Maine. Why are they coming here? Stop it. Maine's the first team on the schedule. You're going to learn more about them next week or the week after when A-Marie gives you the scout. And you'll go, all right, they're all right. And then you'll look at them, and then you'll call me on Monday and tell me that Lobos didn't beat them by enough. Right? And how Boise State's going to beat the hell out of you on Friday. I know how this game goes. Lobos are going to win that game. They're going to win by 18 to 24 points. Have a turnover here or there because it's a sloppy first, it's the first game of the year. And you're going to tell me how the quarterback's not good enough and the offensive line's not good enough, and how could they give up that touchdown?
What are you putting the spread at for week 1? Maine, New Mexico.
16.5. Where do you?
16.5.
Am I good? Are you?
Yeah.
Am I close?
I think you are.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm writing this down.
What do you think it'll be?
I mean, I trust you with this more than
It might be.
me. I know I'm the degenerate.
So
here.
it might be tighter. It might be somewhere like 12.5, but at the books, because New Mexico was 3-9 last year, and so it might start about but 16.5 gets you thinking, right?
Yes, it does.
12.5 gets you going Lobos, right? I'm just getting to a point where I put it. I tried to put it somewhere that it would get you to think. All right, final segment of the week when we come back. Opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This is Jerry Recco with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Indeed.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats.
I missed the point, actually, and that's fair. Mike says you missed the point. The point is not it's Maine. The point was the schedule is a hybrid that makes nobody happy. Okay. I guess I do. I think, JJ, I'm still missing the point. The schedule, you've got home games against Maine, and your non-conference games against Maine and UTEP. UTEP is that school that everybody clamors for every year, right? Oh, let's play UTEP, let's play UTEP. UTEP was a 7-win team last year that went to a bowl game, okay? They contended all the way through mid-November to win Conference USA. Your road games are your money game at LSU and your rivalry game. So I am missing the point, I think. If the schedule makes nobody happy, it's about Maine, isn't it? What doesn't make people happy about that schedule? You get UTEP at home, you're on the road against the Aggies, you got your money game. What doesn't make people happy? It's got to be Maine. What am I missing?
Would have been a nice fill in the blank at the end of that sentence.
All right. Bourne says the odds on Maine, I don't know what Vegas says, but my bookie currently has it listed as pick'em. No way.
So last year,
give me the Lobos of
2021.
I want to unload.
Maine played 2 D1 teams.
Yep.
They lost at NIU 41-14.
Northern Illinois was a good MAC team. Okay.
And beat UMass 35-10.
Wow. Did UMass beat the Aggies last year? Or the Aggies beat UMass last year. Do you remember?
I'll look that up.
I want to say the Aggies beat them. Bourne says premature ho, JJ Buck. Sid penalty and re-ho. We're not re-hoing. Rod's in on Lobo football, the next gen, Jefferson. It seems this is the first time in a decade we aren't talking about Tavaka. It's probably going to be the starting quarterback, but can he stay healthy? If not, it's going to be Hughes if he's available. And if he can't go, Trey Hall or Bryson Carroll finally live up to the hike they walked onto campus with. You know what? He's not wrong. It does feel like it's the first time in a decade we're not talking about Tavaka. Did they play him last year? Oh, I thought you were looking at the UMass.
New Mexico State won that game.
They did win, right? So, all right.
44-27.
I was there, right? No, it was here. It was here. It was here.
Final game of the season.
Yeah, it was here. So that was Doug Martin's final game. Yeah.
They carried him off the field.
Straight to the palm tree.
Did he get to take the palm tree home?
Well, I was just going to ask, if somebody has been down to Aggie Memorial, is the palm tree still there?
How is that not?
If so, how's the growth on the palm tree in the stands?
An alternate logo.
I'm just telling you, like the tree at Stanford is a thing, right? That became their logo. That should be a T-shirt. That should be. I told you this when Doug Martin was complaining about the palm tree. For those of you who don't know, evidently there's a palm tree, and somebody sent us a picture, growing out of a crack, a crack in the concrete in the stands, right? Mm-hmm. So there's like a little palm tree. I would decorate that thing. That would be. I would embrace
palm tree
it.
section. We went through this whole thing.
Yes.
You've been saying that for a while.
Don't you think?
It's a money maker for the
Stop
Aggies.
bagging on it and embrace it. You guys. Beautiful.
That's a great shirt too.
California,
embrace
the tree.
Embrace the palm tree.
Like San Diego State's new stadium.
Who says palm trees don't grow in New Mexico?
You all got
they
palm
do
trees
here.
Outside your stadium. We got one in our damn stadium.
And you have Jerry Kill. It's like if you palm it, that sounds very inappropriate. If you palm it, it will grow.
I'm glad you said it.
If you palm it, it will grow.
All right.
Yes.
That's such a good fantasy foot name.
That's a really good
Football
T-shirt.
name. Dude, I'm telling you.
That's your T-shirt.
Could you imagine Jerry Kill? Can we get Jerry Kill a shirt with his cowboy hat?
If you palm it, it will grow. And they should. You know how Clemson comes down through the stands? The Aggies should come in through the palm tree. And everybody kind of. The Notre Dame hits the sign, play like a champion today. Kind of touch the tree.
This is so funny.
Isn't that like the ultimate metaphor? Like
Jason,
cliche,
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Growing something out of nothing.
100%.
If the palm tree can grow from the concrete,
in the
Aggies
desert
could win the conference.
If a palm tree can grow out of concrete in the desert, then we can grow anything here in Las Cruces. Hell yes, embrace the damn palm tree. Yes. He's not wrong,
so
though. It's so good. You know what? I got people down there.
I'm telling you, I just think that this is great.
I mean, how do you not?
Who was making the shirts for, like, Teddy Buckets, some NIL stuff?
Yeah. They got that company
We
down
need to
there.
hook up with them.
Yeah.
And do a little opening drive.
If you-
Aggie
if you
shirt.
palm
If you
it,
palm it,
it'll
the palm tree.
And you didn't mean to do that, and you did.
Can that be my little line that we pull out for the commercials?
Can that be my fantasy football team name?
Yeah.
If you palm it, it will grow. You know how Miami got all that fame and national notoriety
Because of palming?
No, because of the turnover chain, right? That big.
Oh, yeah.
It's little organic, weird things like this
Inflatable palm tree sideline.
that will put a program on the map for something besides winning. And certainly they need to be on the map for something besides winning right now, right?
Dude, I love it.
Embrace the freaking tree.
Can you text Jerry Kill what I said?
I'm on it. If you palm it, it will grow.
My genius producer.
Thanks to David Matlin, the athletic director at Hawaii Today. Great week, y'all.
Adrian said there's 2 palm trees in the stadium. I know we got to go, but
better. I think it's even better. Let's
See?
go next week. They got an 8:00 game on Saturday night. Let's go.
Do it. Road trip.
Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4. Then you get the Isotopes at Tacoma. We will be back on Monday with award-winning radio. Hey, Marie, great week. Good luck with your premiere of your show tomorrow
Thank
and
you.
Sunday. Adrian, great week. Thanks for everything. Big weekend for you.
Huge weekend.
Enjoy it, please. Have a great, safe weekend. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will smell you on Monday.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.